Morning, everybody. It's Chris Denman. It's We Are Live. We got a little bit of a late start today, but you know what? We're going to power through it. I believe in us. Joining us today from New York on the VMix line, it's Travis Terrell. He's been ready since 7:30 Central Time. Good morning, Mr. Terrell. Great shot. It looks really good.
Don't we this morning? We were late. Tommy was on time. Gartner was on time. Travis was on time.
Can you mute him?
Who was it?
Can you mute him?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
That's exactly what I thought.
Your angle just
Hello,
looks
St.
fantastic.
Louis, and hello, walnuts.
Please. Oh, man, he's already jumping to the walnuts. Well, this is good. Joining us in studio, well, I've got Tommy. He can't use headphones on his laptop, so he's making himself visible on the screen, Gardner. Chris Gardner's our producer. Did you notice that? He was like, I don't know what I'm going to do to take any notes today. And I'm like, do you not have headphones for your laptop to hear Travis? And he was like, well, I guess I could Facebook Live it. And I was like, or join me, I guess. The kid wants to sit next to me, Trav. That's what's happening. How's New York?
Better get out of my damn chair. I'll get him out of my damn chair, man.
Are you enjoying New York so far? You've been there one day.
I love this city. I'm never coming back.
I hope you don't.
You guys made a terrible mistake in letting me come to this beautiful city. I'm currently in Queens, New York. The people here are so lovely. And the thing that I like about this city is that there are a lot of black and brown people, lots and lots and lots of them.
Well, none of your humor is going to work. None of your excuses are going to work. That's going to be a rude awakening when they're just like, I don't think so, dude. Except they'll use the N-word and it'll be hilarious. Oh, you're just happy to be there.
No, okay. Look, these folks are the salt of the earth.
Okay. Speaking of salt of the earth, the great Chris Gardner's in studio. I don't know how we're going to do this with Travis on there because it's asking a lot of Gardner. I don't know if it's an extra button. How does this work, Guardsy? Does your possum cam still work with Travis live from New York?
It does.
Oh, my goodness.
It does.
Oh, my.
Hey, Guardsy, I think I can stroke your hair.
We look like the blandest Instagram mashup ever. Oh, boy. Gardner is in technological heaven. Are you proud of yourself for doing that? I was genuinely worried there would be some sort of a meltdown when it came to your camera and his camera. Because, again, I have no knowledge of the situation, so I just accept anything Gardner says.
I'm not proud of myself at all. We just make do.
Okay.
We grind through it.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever other cliches Travis can contribute to.
You got any, Trav?
Man, we're playing a hard 9 today.
Okay. Thank you.
And hopefully we can get up and down the court and put pressure on the defense. That's the goal of today's game.
Mm-hmm.
Travis, do you know how much you're going to enjoy We Are Live, where I'm forced to physically make myself wait before I think and talk?
I don't know how you're going to get through it.
This is going to be a whole new. This is going to be a whole new. This will be a whole new world for you, man. You could really you could finally shine. You might.
You're going to have a stroke. I don't know what you're going to do. I'm almost certain you're going to pass out at some point throughout this show. So I'm glad Tommy's there.
You know what? I gave blood yesterday. I saved lives, and I didn't pass out. So I don't think I'll be passing out anytime soon. Did you save lives yesterday? Don't you love those people?
How did the blood come out? Did it come out like slurge?
No, it came out ketosis friendly and improving. That's right. They said, you've lost some belt loops, haven't you, hon? Yeah. I was like, is that a
belt
medical
loop thing? That's still happening in St. Louis?
Oh, my God. Mute him, please.
You're such a son of a
The
bitch.
great thing about this city is that there aren't any fat people.
Except for you.
I am. I'm technically the fattest person in New York right now. Everyone has to walk somewhere. So
I want to say this real quick. First off, good morning, gentlemen. I'm including Tommy in that now.
You don't have to.
I will.
Why is his mic on?
And good morning, walnuts.
Didn't you already do it?
I did not. Travis did.
I think that was enough for everybody.
Nah, you can never walnut too much. And
nice.
Don't write that in the notes.
I kind of like this. It's like we're a CNN panel on election night right now. We got people all over the place.
Right.
This is a broke ass around the horn.
We have, yeah, it really is. It really is. Mr. Gardner, you're representing Roswell, New Mexico this evening. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Thomas Mosslander III from Mordor, and Travis Terrell live from Jay-Z's living room. What's happening?
I'm in the basement of the 4040 Club.
What's that?
That's a very popular spot, I think, here in the New York City area.
Why
That's
does
where all
Travis
the
get a
hip-hoppers
Chiron?
go.
Why does he get a live from Queens, NYC? Can we get a live from Grand Center, St. Louis? I mean, that's just as cool.
Yeah.
Okay. On the show today, we've got the sentence of the week, because you can take the boy out of Missouri, but you can't take the dirty accent out of the boy. So we'll do the sentence of the week. We'll do the Trav-U. What are you Trav-Uing today, Trav?
I am Trav-Uing a New York City hot dog.
I quit. Fair or foul? Chris Gardner, you initiate these and we put them out to the public. We give away prizes. Today we'll give away $10 to Southtown Pub. What do you got for a topic today, Garcia, and why?
Today, I have a New York themed one. And it is imitating a thick New York accent. Fair or foul?
Nice broad topic.
Imitating a thick New York accent is your fair or foul. Whoops, wrong one. There we go.
Okay. So the prison Mike accent. Birch is asking when we start playing video games. Man, we are not even cool enough to be on Twitch. That's the thing. That's the problem.
Travis froze up.
That's hilarious. Oh, I'm so happy. There he is. There he is.
Back.
Do they have Wi-Fi in New York? What's going on there, pal?
I'm Wi-Fi'd up and I'm Wi-Fi'd out. It does this from time to time. Why?
Stupid explanation.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. We're all learning this new technology at the same time.
I don't think that's fair. So we'll Trav you a New York style hot dog. Did you get one, or are you going to eat it live on the air?
I ain't eat no damn hot dog at 9 a.m. I had it yesterday.
He did not take that. Is not portrait mode from his phone. Okay, good. Stock photo.
I thought I had sent the picture. I actually had it yesterday in a little venue they call Central Park.
Let's dive right into it, because you're being braggadocious. Oh God.
Now that's not a New York style hot dog. We're gonna have.
That's a man. That's a little boy who got a hot dog with some ketchup on it. You dork.
No, and I was saving this picture for a reason, Travis, because we need to discuss what you think is New York style and what isn't when we get to the Trav-U.
I'm sorry. Can I see an empty sugar packet to the side? Did you put sugar on that hot dog? Oh, you disgusting rude. Oh.
You are not going to fit in there. You are not going to fit in there.
Yeah, you should have seen the vendor's reaction. He was like, "That's mortified." There's supposed to be more, sir? I don't know how this works. I don't know.
Some sugar paste, please. Thank you. So, wow. So you got in. Let's break it down. You leave St. Louis high as a kite. You probably forgot a few items of clothing. You throw your trash bags filled with clothes onto the, what do you call that? The luggage chute. How's it go from there?
First off, I have a mother who loves me, so she had no problem at packing my luggage for me before I headed to New York.
That's not a better answer.
Your face.
That's not a better answer.
But getting here was actually pretty simple. It was I flew into LaGuardia. I don't know if you're familiar with the New York area, Chris, but they have multiple airports here.
Okay.
And so I flew into LaGuardia in Flushing, and I took a very nice Airbnb down to Queens. Took me about a half an hour to get here. Not a ton of traffic. It was raining. I don't know, whatever the one Bane blew up in Batman.
I think that was in Pittsburgh.
That one. I think I crossed that one.
I don't think that's how that works.
So yeah. So far it's been a treat.
Terrible
storytelling. Here are very
storytelling.
delightful. No one has told me to go. What's the term? Eat shit.
We're not big in New York yet. Just wait. Just wait. As our reach grows, you will hear it more on the streets of New York.
But I'm very excited. Today I have dinner with some Mizzou friends in Brooklyn. I'm going
Oh,
to actually head to Brooklyn this afternoon. They're filming a few shows, some new shows. You may have heard of this, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It's filming in Brooklyn this afternoon. So I will probably try to see if I can sneak on set because I believe Sterling K. Brown is in season 3 or the upcoming season. I'm not sure what season they're on, but he's supposed to be in there. So I'm hoping that Sterling be like, "Yo, you look like you're from St. Louis. You want to come and be in this very highly critical show?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Are you going to wear your Parkway North hoodie and maybe a Cardinals hat to really put the vibe out there?
I don't know if the East Coast is ready for my high school attire yet, so I'm gonna let them warm up to me first before I pull out all the hoodies.
A lot of Jewish kids up in New York you could pick on in basketball games.
Not only that, there are black Jewish people here in New York.
What?
How
Like
do
it
you
was
know?
like there was a legitimate African American who was Jewish, and it was very fascinating to see up close.
You hayseed.
I did
Any
have a hayseed moment yesterday. I
What
did.
happened?
It was I got a little cocky last night after my first day of my fellowship. Of course, the reason why I'm here, working at Sesame Street, and I had a lovely afternoon where I finally ventured off into the belly of the beast, that is Manhattan, and I took the trains, no problem. There's a really cool app that ultimately directs you to all parts of the city and what trains and buses that you're probably going to have to take to get to your point. And it felt good up until it got dark and it was late.
I said the same thing
And
so many
I
times.
Mm.
Oh, sorry.
I got cocky I tried to figure out the trains on my own without using the app, and so I ended up in the Bronx after 10, which would be the equivalent of ending up in North St. Louis
Oh,
after
really?
10.
Nice.
So so I had to ask a very lovely African American lady for help, and I told her, I was like, "Hey, I think I'm on the wrong train. I'm trying to head to Queens," and she was like, "Yep, you're on the wrong train. You're from the country, huh?" And I said, "Well, I'm from St. Louis," and she just, without missing a beat, so the country. So so yes. So if you weren't sure, St. Louis, the people in New York absolutely believe you're Hicks hillbillies from the country.
Mhm.
So
That
there
makes
you
me
have it.
that makes me so incredibly happy. Gardner, are you satisfied with that?
That is a great way to cap off your first date, really, is it not? I
It
mean,
is.
that's a
It
that's a
it was.
perfect ending. We have some pictures that you sent me too that we'll get to.
Okay.
I did want to know if you made it to the Met Gala or not last night. I know that
I
was
did
going on.
not. I was over near the area, but I did not want to stray too far from the Sesame Street headquarters because I didn't want to be late for my first day.
Oh, I would
So I
love
didn't want to
that.
get, because here's the thing, I would have saw Cardi
Hmm.
B, I would have saw all those celebrities, and I would have been so distracted, and I would have missed my first day, and that would have been probably a bad look. So I did not venture. I did see the photos online and on Twitter, but I unfortunately did not make it over to the Met. I'm what the kids call part of the poors.
Hmm.
Hmm. Is there like a special section of housing or anything for you there? How's that work?
Everything that's not Manhattan. That's how that works.
Does it work?
I look. It's. I said this to Gardner yesterday. I said to be rich in New York, it is. It has to be a life because I would venture to guess 90% of the citizens here in New York are middle class, and so very humble, very sweet people. But then there is Manhattan, and
Yeah.
that's a whole nother rich. Like
Well,
it embarrasses Ladue, Chesterfield. It stomps on them easily.
it's a,
It really does make Chesterfield look like the Marcy Project.
it's amazing you can make that analysis and make that judgment after just over 24 hours in that city. It's really
Hmm.
impressive that you're able to do
I
that.
wouldn't
Number
expect
one.
Travis to make any leaps like that, Gardner, would you?
Immediate declaration. So I'm not surprised you feel that way, I guess is what I would say, Travis.
I'm not one to make major declarations,
Mm-hmm.
but now that I'm in New York, I feel like I'm allowed to now.
And when you told me that yesterday, it made me immediately think of Gossip Girl, because that's what I think of when I think of elite rich New Yorkers is the cast of Gossip Girl. Because I mean, look, these are people in high school that are sitting at hotel bars, and one of them's like, "Drinks on me." Number one, their privilege allows them to drink while in high school at a public facility, at a hotel
Yeah.
bar, and they do whatever they want. That's what I think of when you told me that. I immediately thought of the cast of Gossip Girl, and what Serena Vanderwoodson would be doing at this time, or something like
Mm,
that.
I hear you, brother.
Blair Waldorf.
Can you mute
That
my
lovely
mic?
Blair. She's always getting into trouble.
I know that Chuck Bass too. I hope those two end up together. I really do.
Sounds like a couple of rascals going after it.
Mhm.
I am having a great time, and maybe if Travis owned a home, he would have needed Tommy Bannister. I don't know if you saw my shirt today, Travis. This beautiful bald
Oh,
man on it.
sold. Hey, it's Tommy Bannister.
That's right, Tommy Bannister from Circa Properties, Circa STL. That's right, South City, all over the city. He can help you. That's right, Tommy Bannister. Get a hold of him. You can find him on Facebook. Always look for the emoji. He's a great guy. He'll work you from the beginning to the end, just the way you like it, Tommy. It's exciting, right? Say yes.
Yes.
Good job. Good job. That's Tommy Bannister, Circa Properties. That's more live reading than Travis has ever done in his life. Be sure to hit him up whenever it's time to buy or sell your home. Travis, you did find a permanent spot. You're in a temporary spot for a week, and then you got a permanent spot for the rest of the time you're there?
Presently in what is Queens. I'll be moving to Brooklyn on next Wednesday. So I'll have a different setup the next time you guys see me sometime next week. Um, but yeah, but Queens and Brooklyn, I guess to compare, it would be I guess from moving from Midtown to South City. So it's not a major
I love all these
trek
comparisons.
across.
So you can't just say it.
I'm doing my best, man. I'm trying to paint a picture for
You're
you
a painter.
hillbillies, and I don't know how else to
You
do
think
so.
you're-
I don't.
You think you're a New Yorker already? You
does.
think you're a damn
He
New Yorker
does.
right now?
Yeah,
Hey, man, how long is this thing? We're busy here. We're moving. We're moving.
yeah, he's got to masturbate and watch Netflix. Make
that's
sure
on
the camera's
that's-
off.
That's on the agenda, but
So,
beside the point.
and answer this for me. You say you'll have a new setup. You didn't take a wall flag or anything. We've got printers 10 feet behind us. For
Oh, we got
Blackjack.
wall flags, really? I didn't realize that we were just using company money just to,
Well, to promote
you
your New
guys
York
have known
trip.
for a couple of months that I was
Yeah.
coming to New York. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll bet.
if the partners, the principals
I'll bet-
of the company,
I'll bet Charlie
it
ends
isn't-
up on a flag.
It's almost as if Travis mentioned this same idea to several of the principals of the company for many, many weeks to no avail. In fact, I believe a lot of jealousy came out of those conversations. So, hey,
Oh,
if you want to
really?
have a conversation with the owners of Midcoast Media about perhaps putting a flag behind me, they're more than welcome to. In fact, because I am in the marketing capital of the world, I'll be happy to take an
Oh, yeah.
additional
Pause.
amount of money just to show you here to the many brands that are represented here in New York City.
Are we going to have to pay Travis a New York consulting fee?
Yeah, it's possible.
He's considering it at the moment. So besides needing to get you a We Are Live banner behind you, or maybe there's a sponsor that's going to be involved, what we can do is just expect for you to have a full-on Yankees hat, Yankees jersey, and probably a Yankees pennant behind you the next time we see you. I feel like that's the trajectory you're heading in.
I am actually going to check out a Yankees game this week
Wow.
because the Mariners are in town. No one goes to those games, which is interesting because the Mariners are very good. I'm going to venture off into Yankee Stadium later this week, and I'm going to head to Caroline's tomorrow to check out a friend of the show, family of the show, Miss Pat is
Miss
performing
Pat's
tomorrow
at
night.
Caroline's. That'll be a killer show. That'll
So I'll
really
be checking
exciting.
her out this weekend, and also another friend of the show, Donnell Rawlings, will be performing this weekend at Caroline's as well. So, I forgot to tell you guys, I got an email. I have to have a coffee meeting later this week with a Roy Wood Jr. Maybe you guys have heard of him. He's got a nice development deal with Comedy Central. So I'll probably be spending some time with him while I'm here in New York as well. So
Did he respond to your email?
It's amazing. Oh, did he ever? Not only did he respond, Roy up like uber early in the morning. So we simpatico.
I'm going to text Roy Wood Jr. and I'm going to say, yo, he's trouble, man. Watch out. Do we think I can sabotage this meeting?
I think you have thought about ways to sabotage my success, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Again, if I took the Travis Terrell approach, I would fade you and be awkward about it for like 8 months. So we'll see about that.
The cool thing about the Sesame Street Fellowship I discovered yesterday, and I think this shows the prowess of my talent. Of the participants in the fellowship this year, I am the only one not from California or New York.
Or over the age of 25. Or under the age of 25.
No, I'm actually not the oldest person in the program. So in
Really?
your face, pal.
That's good.
So,
Yep.
not from California, not from New York. They must think you're from St. Louis, right? Just St. Louis. Nowhere else would you have let them know where you're from, right?
I think honestly that gives me the slag because
Do they think you're
people
from Ferguson?
I think they can smell the Ferguson on me.
Okay.
I haven't told them that part yet.
Oh.
But it is in my bio.
Oh.
And the bio goes live I think later this week on the Sesame Street website. So
they could be aware of the Ferguson factor that you might.
Right.
Might lay your head in Ferguson when
also,
you're.
Ferguson's
I've been
own.
meaning to tell Chris this. In my bio, it says I was the co-founder of Midcoast Media. Just ignore that.
Okay. Gotcha. From mean streets of Ferguson. Of course, even in a lie, Travis would be the founder. He wouldn't be a co-founder. Even in a lark, Travis makes it even more about himself. Oh, that makes me so happy. Travis, you never disappoint. When do you start complaining about the Knicks every other day?
Man, there are a lot of people who proudly wear Knicks jerseys in this city, and I don't understand why. Like, I don't know. I would wait at least until Kevin Durant comes to New York before you proudly wear New York Knicks gear. But people love their teams here. I will say this is not, I don't know how Mets fans do it, because no one likes the Mets here. No one likes the Mets. I mean,
you've walked like
as
3
I was
blocks.
walking around town yesterday. I mean, I walked around most of Manhattan yesterday, and I saw not one Mets jersey. Not at all. It was nothing but Yankees, Knicks. That's all. And Giants, New York Giants. That's it.
How was
Jets and Mets are step brothers of the city.
How was Manhattan?
It was everything and more. The location of the Sesame Street offices are in Columbus Circle, so it's next to Trump, actually down the block from Trump International Hotel, across the street from Lincoln Center, and down the street from Central Park. Manhattan is beautiful, and at night, I would happily say that no city compares to New York at night as far as looks. Like San Francisco may be a close second, but New York, Manhattan at night is just absolutely beautiful. It is truly stunning. It's a sight to behold.
Did you cry?
I did not, because I didn't want to get, mugged. I think tears show a sign of weakness in this city, so I had to hold it back. But I did my best to take as many pictures as possible without looking too much like a tourist. So that's the best I could do for you guys.
You just look like a pervert, just kind of covertly walking around, snapping awkward photos.
Yeah, especially when you're around the Sesame Street offices. So you look like me, and you're around the Sesame Street offices. A lot of people ask questions.
I did show this photo. I'm going to pop it up again. You took a photo of Trump International Hotel. When you walked by it and saw it, what did you feel?
For a moment, I thought I was going to be thrown into a cage and deported. Surprisingly, that didn't happen. But it was the vibe around it, it was like, I don't know, it was like someone standing, I guess like in Times Square naked, and you want to look, but not really. You just want to go about your day. That's how everybody was kind of walking around it, like looking at it, rolling their eyes. But at the same time, they're like,
Oh.
yep, there it is, right there, in all its gold glory in the middle of Manhattan. So it was like one of those things, like it was a bad canker sore on the
Oh.
top of your lip. Like you're hoping people don't look at it, but it's there. We all see it. And you're just hoping that someday it'll go away.
Did you try to go in it?
No, 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 no. That building was heavily surrounded by New York City police cops, corner to corner.
Police
And I
cops.
wasn't even going to attempt to cross the street. I did not. No, I was a black guy with headphones and a book bag. They were not going to take me out before I got over there. So
No, you
I
need to
decided
go.
not to.
You need to go in
I'm
there.
not going into the Trump. I'm not going
Yeah.
into Trump Tower.
No, here's what you're going to
That's
do.
not happening.
Get a rental application.
You are going to TravView the bathrooms.
There you
The,
go.
if they do, they have public bathrooms.
They're gold. They're the
Yeah.
best you've
I-
ever seen.
If the company is happy to wire at least $2,500 towards my bail,
Mhm.
I will certainly consider it.
Maybe you could TravView Rikers Island then too. Is Sing Sing still a thing up there? I'm not sure. I only know this from Law and Order.
Just start saying things you've seen on TV shows. Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
by the way, that's how I got most of my reference points, especially in Manhattan. I was walking down a residential area, and I go, "Oh, I think they found like a 16-year-old body in SVU in this alley." So yes, so Law and Order has been my absolute
Bum, bum.
reference point throughout this entire city.
You should. That's what you should try and find as a Law and Order tour. I wonder if they have one of those.
Ooh, I will have to look that up. I would imagine they would, right?
It seems like you could. There's a lot of ways, a lot of angles to take in terms of entertainment tours in New York. At least I think there would be. If
There is an app that lets you know, and they do it for traffic purposes, but there is an app that does let you know what TV shows and what films are filming in what locations. Sometimes they provide the time, but the idea is it's kind of twofold. It is for tourists, and it is to let residents know who are trying to head to work that you can't take this street because
'Cause it could be
Avengers is filming or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, that's
And it's
that's
public
actually
information.
interesting.
Yeah. Of course, you have to apply for these permits in order to film on these locations in the street in New York. So it's public information. So you can go to a website and they let you know how long they're going to be there, what time, and the whole thing.
Tommy's got some hot info. Tommy Mosslander, comic and intern.
There is a review of a walking tour of Law and Order
See?
in downtown Manhattan.
There
It's
you
actually
go.
pretty sweet, Tommy. Nice work.
Thank you.
Is that all?
There's another one. There's a website, like you just said, that just gives where all of the episodes were filmed.
Oh.
So it does look like there is some stuff down there. So maybe you should do that. That'd
Yeah,
be cool.
definitely.
I think
Dun,
maybe
dun,
write
dun,
some
dun,
material
dun,
for him, Tommy,
dun.
because, I mean, I don't know.
I can do that,
Do you
yeah.
think his jazz will fly in New York?
No.
Okay.
I
Travis, sorry, Gardner, go ahead.
I was thinking though too. It's you're talking about that app for like the residents. Hey, here's where to avoid their filming today. That's how a New Yorker would look at it, right? If in St.
Right.
Louis we found out that they were filming something, that's where everybody would flock.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
People actually would probably leave work just to go see that. I remember when George Clooney was in St. Louis,
Yeah.
and people lost their ish. Like the Central West End just absolutely stopped for like 2 weeks as everyone did their best just to locate George Clooney.
Yeah, I was sitting there and like, please don't walk into 34 Club. Just we don't need this. Like, we're professional drinkers here. We just want to be left alone to drink and kill our dreams. That's all we really want here.
That's fair.
So we don't need fancy pants Clooney walking in and then all of a sudden making this some sort of hot spot for hipsters to come have, one drink and bail and not tip. That's the last thing we need.
So I am curious of a few things, but we need to get to some listener comments really quick. Jamie Moyer's Fancy Foyer in the comments says, Travis thinking his New Yorker's adorable. It's like when a dog thinks he's people.
That's good.
Big Mike says, Hillbilly, who you talking to? And he says he'll send you all the Yankees gear you need. Remember, his last name is very Italian. Landon checking in.
Oh, trust me, that is Big Mike has to know that he's my bailout. If I really get into some trouble, if he doesn't think I'm dropping his family name, he's got another thing coming.
Yeah, you might want to carry that a little stronger in Jersey. Maybe it'll go a little better out there. Landon says Denman's still waiting for that cold sore to go away, just joining and catching up. I don't remember. That wasn't a thing. Huh. Okay. Travis, do we want to do sentence of the week this first hour and then Trav, you next hour? Does that work for you, Gardner?
Actually, what we're going to have to do is sentence of the week next hour, because I do need to send it to Travis, because it's going to be harder for him to read off the screen now. So I'll send it to him in the break.
Great.
So the Trav, we will do this hour.
Okay. You want to get Trav? You feel like eating a hot dog at 9:30 in the morning?
I am not eating a hot dog, Chris. That won't be happening. It's already been eaten. But I am going to try this. It is now time for the Traview.
Bye, Trav.
It sucks.
Travis Terrell, Traviews, a new item or action each and every week. He's live from New York this week. And right after he stopped and he was quietly praying on a corner, and a woman walked up and was like, "Young Hick, what are you doing?" And he explained that it's where that giant marshmallow killed all those people so many years ago, and he's just here to pay his respects. He made his way to a hot dog stand. Travis, your Traview this week, a New York hot dog.
I ventured into, I wish I had gotten that now. I wish I had gotten
Why
that.
is there? Is that relish? Okay.
Relish, brown mustard, sauerkraut.
Okay, all right, that's a serious. That's an odd-looking relish,
Yeah.
right? Is there red?
That looks really
relish?
good.
Yeah.
I wish I had gotten that. I'll be completely honest. There's a really cool hot dog stand
Why is it cool?
near Central Park.
Oh,
I was nervous, man. I didn't want to embarrass myself. I didn't want to embarrass my city.
You did.
But you did.
So I tried to pretend
You got it.
miserably.
So how'd it go? You went up to the stand. Was he? Let's break it down. Let's hear it. And by the way, some commenters saying that you are not Stanley Kubrick. Stay in the frame. This is so great. Oh, see, you look there. There you go. Back up. Now back up. Back up. Back. Hey! We're gonna get him. We're gonna have to get him one of those selfie lights too.
Who came up with the Stanley Kubrick reference? Send them a pack
Jamie
of
Moyer's
vests.
Fancy Foyer. You get a half a shoebox of vests.
That was good. I didn't think our listeners were smart enough for Stanley Kubrick references. That is awesome. Very good. Our listeners are, man, this is good. Wow, I've been gone for 3 days, and here you guys are, like, watching things more than The Office. That's good.
You'll be happy to know Meredith is mortified by my New York accent and traumatized. So there you go. Yours is dead on, though, obviously.
I went to a hot dog stand inside of Central Park, and it was an experience. It truly encapsulates what New York is truly about. It's about enjoying the beautiful scenery. It's about taking in the amazing air of New York.
Being asked to leave a little league game.
I felt like Tony Soprano here, huh? Hey, I was ordering food at a food truck thing.
Were there any police cops around?
Plenty of them. And at one point, I was certain they were following me. But again, I think, I don't know, I feel like they have the technology here where they can open your wallet. So I think they knew I was from the St. Louis area, and so they kind of kept a perimeter just to make sure I didn't venture too far off out of their sights. But they didn't shoot me 51 times, so that's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
But what I had here is a hot dog from New York. and it was filled with New York ingredients, um, um,
Like what?
sarcasm,
Yeah.
misery,
Okay.
um
Crushed dreams.
braggadociousness,
Hmm.
ketchup, and a bun, and it was
And an affinity for Jeremy Lin.
delish. It's almost like how Mama used to make it.
No, this is like for a kid.
Yeah,
Like
that looks like a children's hot
Chris
dog,
said
and you
this.
look to be at a Little League
I
baseball
thought
game.
you were getting a New York style hot dog.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't
I'll
you
be
just...
honest with you guys. I was again very nervous for my order. People in New York told me before I came to know what I want when I got in line. I got caught up in the moment because I could not believe I was at an actual hot dog food
What an
stop,
idiot. Food stop
truck,
now.
cart.
Okay.
So
I just
did you freeze just because you were wondering, hey, I'm supposed to get a New York style hot dog, but in New York, do they just call it a style hot dog? Or do I just order a hot dog? Or is it just, give me the works or something? Did you forget what you were supposed to order, or why were you so nervous?
because there wasn't. I was expecting a line, and I was thinking that I was going to see how everyone else ordered, and then I was going to order. But I looked up, and there was no one else in line, and it was just me.
Were you waiting for
And
someone to come
so
along?
I was, but then that looked even more weird. And again, I
Yeah.
told you I was surrounded by NYPD.
Yeah.
So I just went ahead and ordered so I didn't look too, because it was in the middle of the day. There were kids at the park. And again, I had on headphones, a huge book bag. Obviously, I looked out of place. So I did not want any trouble. I just wanted to eat my hot dog without someone putting me in jail, never to be heard from again.
Is that
So
normally...
I ordered the. I don't know how that normally works, but I've seen a few episodes of SVU. So
No, is
I
that
just
normally how
figured.
you eat a hot dog? Is just ketchup on it?
No, I normally put other stuff on it, but again, I didn't know if it cost more. I didn't know if that was going to be an inconvenience. I really
An
wished other people were
inconvenience.
there to order. I just didn't look. I'm trying to keep my head low and not bother anyone. And I was a little bit in a
Is he
hurry.
feigning modesty?
I was nervous. I was afraid. I didn't want to look like an idiot.
Well,
You went with ketchup instead of
yeah,
mustard, though,
that's
as your go-to condiment on a hot dog.
No, I
The
wasn't
National
I
Hot
don't
Dog
care
and
what.
Sausage Council says that's bad etiquette after the age of 18.
Now, how many people of color are on this council?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Exactly. So I don't trust their thinking in that regard. I decided to go with something that was simple that wouldn't poison me and put me in the hospital. So I went with that simple route. I will do better, I promise. But I will have to say it was a very delicious hot dog.
Hmm.
It had a New York je ne sais quoi
I mean, an
to it,
Italian man
and
in it.
mhm. So I respectfully um, give it 3.5 booties.
Respect that
So I
ass.
respect. Thank you. I respect that ass.
Tommy, you look like you have a
I think
question.
if I
Yeah.
actually ordered a better hot dog, I would have easily given it more booties.
Was it like expensive? I feel like it would be
No,
real
it was
expensive because it was in New York.
it was just $3.
Okay, that's not too bad. Like a hot dog tax.
No, it wasn't. And I got a couple of
$3
drinks
and
with it,
you
so the
went
total
with
came out.
ketchup?
Yeah, I'm leaving there. I'm probably putting up like half a jar of mustard in my pocket.
I do got to say, we do sound like Casey, too.
I like mustard.
I will do that. I promise tonight.
So wait, so
I will do
you're telling
better.
me if a podcast from New York reviewed our podcast
Yeah.
with one of our members in New York, they would think like, what in the hell's happening with these
How much
losers?
was the hot dog? We're interested in hot dog prices.
And how many booties you give them? I mean, that's a big part of it.
As far as the pricing is concerned,
No, we're good. So that's 3.5 booties for a New York hot dog with ketchup on it.
Chris forgot that I just gave it 3.5 booties, didn't he? What did
No,
you
I,
do
I
last
sure as
night,
I sure
man?
as hell didn't. I sure as hell didn't. I absolutely know how many booties. It's an important system to me. I respect the system and I love the system.
I don't need your sass while I'm in New York, Denman.
Aren't you supposed to be providing that? You haven't yelled one time this morning.
Yeah, I don't. This is like, are you like happy with yourself? Like, what's going on?
Is
there?
someone home?
The walls are thin.
The walls are thin. They're like, you're a
it's
what?
New
You're like,
York.
I'm a podcaster. They're like, whatever, just don't be loud. Oh, we keep-
Lovers. And so my fellow New Yorkers, you know, some of us have to work. So how about you show some respect?
Oh, okay.
Big Mike in the comments. He was a grown black dude nervously ordering a hot dog at a park with Sesame Street gear on. Would you call that
See what I mean?
problematic?
Very, very
Yeah.
problematic.
That makes sense.
But I did complete my first day yesterday at Sesame Street, and it is everything and then some. It is one of the coolest offices I've ever been in. As soon as you walk into the office, there are these frames, and inside the frames there are stills. You're thinking they're stills, of course, of all the great Sesame Street characters.
Nice.
But when you walk by, they talk to you
What?
and they sing a hello song.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Did you
So
sing
they
back?
come to life, as you can see, Cookie Monster, Elmo, Grover, the whole crew, and they come to life, and it is the coolest thing ever. And every cubicle, every office is basically decked out with vintage Sesame Street gear. There's a giant Cookie Monster coffee machine. There's a giant, it's like 6 feet tall, and it's a machine that looks like Cookie Monster, and you just press his cookie on his stomach, and coffee comes out. So that's pretty cool. So it's a really sweet office. The people could not have been nicer. I made friends, guys.
With who?
I
With
want
people in the
names.
program.
I want names. Is it going to get
A
competitive?
Jewish black guy?
Yeah.
No, I wish I had though. That'd have been a huge end.
L'chaim,
Grover.
brother. Grover. So wait, so is it going to get competitive with the other members of the fellowship? Like, are you gonna let them know like it's about to be Larry Bird in this beast? Which one of you a-holes is taking second?
I look, these are very talented writers. My goal is, if anything, endear myself to them. So when they eventually get their development deals, they keep me in mind to put me on their writing staff. Look, it's already a competitive industry. I think people in this fellowship are here to learn how to network, learn how to be better with their craft. I don't know. It won't be like fight to the death, but I think everybody understands that this is a golden opportunity to be able to further their career. So I think people will have their own ways of taking advantage of the fellowship. I have my way. I'm sure they have theirs, and
What's your way?
whatever works for anyone, it's fine. So, I mean, look, hey, for the last 4 years have booked comedians. I have done countless interviews with all these comedians. I've built relationships with these comedians. I've traveled with some of these comedians.
Who?
I still text many of these comedians. So I'm hoping to be able to use that as my way to ultimately find some writing gigs here in the future.
dropping mid-level openers who don't work for TV shows in a room of children's TV show writers? That's your plan?
I tell you this, guys. I tell you this. There's never been a better time to be a black writer. Woo.
Oh,
You guys
bastard.
screwed up. You know
I
what?
didn't want to say
I've
it.
always
Affirmative,
wondered,
though.
how would your people's racism, the way you guys just treated us over the years, how could I finally benefit from that? And now I can, because what a better time now for black writers. Thank you, Chris, and your ancestors
That is
for
racist
being
as hell.
asshats all these years. Thank you. Ugh, excited.
I was waiting for the entire thing to take that turn.
Were you endorsing racism
Yeah,
there
he
to
was,
benefit
he was.
yourself, basically?
His entire spiel has been
Uh-huh.
this whole 12-year friendship
You-
facade
you-
has been to this moment right
Yeah.
now when he's surrounded by other people of color and he goes, "I was lying. It wasn't about equality. It was about domination."
You needed racism, is what you just said.
I'm saying that the idea of racism
Uh-huh.
has absolutely backfired in the faces of white males in the industry. They were
Oh,
they
okay.
were so they were
Mel
just
Gibson can't get a
so
job.
disgusting for so long that now it's like an open lane, baby. It's open. It's like I'm following Orlando Pace. It's like, oh man,
Uh-huh.
look, baby, Tommy, that's a football player. He played for the St. Louis Rams. Football
Look,
is a sport
I
played in
made a
North
basket
America.
this weekend. So
What?
Yeah.
Why wasn't there video? And
There is, but I was at Sky Zone, so I was a little.
Sky Zone. What's
Travis,
Sky
have fun
Zone?
in New York. 'Cause this is my new co-host. He's hanging out at Sky Zone.
Yeah.
Travis,
Is that an arcade?
do we need to get
No.
a protective order now?
All right.
Like you weren't. See, it's okay when Travis picks on Jewish kids because they're probably like big 18-year-olds. Like you can't go pick on like 7-year-olds at Sky Zone, man.
I was with my little brother.
It's not okay. Travis, you're the closest emotionally to a 21-year-old. Talk some sense into him.
You were at Sky Zone and you shot baskets.
Yeah.
Look how troubled
How did
Travis
that
is.
go, Tommy?
It went really well.
How many baskets did you
About
make?
6.
How many?
I
Out
won
of
the
how
game.
many shots, Tommy?
Good for
You
you.
won the
What's
game.
that?
How many shots were there, Tommy? How many shots did you take?
I won the game.
Show us how you shot it.
Yep.
And it worked.
Ta-da!
Wait. Hang on. Wait. Travis, let's do this. I don't know how much of a delay there is. Tommy, please shoot, and then Travis, catch it. Longest pass in the history of mankind. St. Louis to New York, baby.
This is now, the show is completely fucked from now on because this is what the show is now. It's
yeah.
Tommy
What can
doing
we-
something and Travis responding and reacting
Hang
to
on, wait,
whatever
can I get-
Tommy does.
Do you guys mind if I get in on this? May I, Travis? Oh, he's frozen.
There we
You
go.
keep freezing randomly. Tommy, over to me. I'll throw to Travis. All right, here we go. Triangle, baby. Throw to me, Tommy. To me.
Travis, I'm just going to throw it right to you, all right? What did you catch?
I don't know. What's happening?
I didn't throw anything to you.
Travis.
Travis, back to me. Back to me. Back to me.
Okay. Back to Travis.
Hey, knock it off, Tommy.
Okay, now Travis, just throw it up in the air, just straight up in the air.
Yeah, he got it.
you-
That was good. This is what we'll do for the show.
Catch it
Okay,
in your
that's a
mouth.
show now. That's what
That's
the
the
show
show.
is.
You know what else is a show? Maybe you could take a statue from Trump Tower, FedEx it to Gateway Powder Coating. Hey, what do you think, Trav? Maybe mix it up a little bit? Gateway Powder Coating, fast, durable,
Okay.
affordable. Sponsor here on the show. That's right. St. Louis and Midwest's #1 resource for powder coating. We love wheels, don't we? Yeah, Chris, they're great. We love smokers, maybe barbecue grills.
Yeah, they're great.
Thank you. Metal chairs. Can't look like crap when you have people over. Got to make sure they're powder coated from Gateway Powder Coating. That's right. Mark and the guys take great care of you. Again, #1 powder coating resource in the Midwest. So we've got the Travu behind us. We've got the sentence of the week next hour. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, please show me what that was. Oh, was that water? Oh, no, that's Pinot Gris.
Oh, yeah, it was water. Oh, it's
Good for
parched.
you.
Is
Oh,
it a dry or sweet?
yeah. He didn't want to have a hot dog at 9 in the morning because it wouldn't pair well with his wine. Why are you eating Gruyere? What's the rub, man?
Please describe the taste to me, Travis.
Just
Shane?
Perrier. Yeah, that's what it was. Perrier.
Oh, it's Perrier. Good
Sure.
for you.
Okay.
Will you bring the love of Blues hockey to New York tonight for Game 7 against the Stars?
I hear there's a Game 7 in your podunk town. That should be very entertaining. That is very cute. Like here we have Broadway shows and we
Okay,
have
here it
major
is.
concerts. And Billy Joel is actually celebrating his 70th birthday.
There he is. See you, Trev.
Hey, what shows are on Broadway right
you're
now?
back now.
Yeah, Tommy, that's a great question. I encourage questions like that.
What shows are on Broadway right now?
I want to see Mean Girls, which is on Broadway right now. But one thing I'm learning right now, Tommy, is that Broadway tickets, they are expensive. If you're looking anywhere that's not in the balcony and near the stage, I expect to pay minimum $350.
Why the hell would you think you're worthy of a stage seat?
Hello. I am the co-host of We Are Live.
Yeah, not much longer.
Do you know nothing? You're weird.
On the Blues front, did you guys see the Gloria video that the Blues account tweeted out? At least I saw yesterday. Apparently, they made a video of employees. Like,
Do you have it?
I did because it's the actual song, and I know Facebook would
Yeah, it'll
just
do the thing.
since we're on Facebook Live, it'll just mute
Right.
whatever's going on at that point.
Damn.
But
Is there awkward dancing?
oh,
No, when
the
you say
responses-
employees, like Carly and Barb were in here yesterday. Carly, the most talented
was like
co-host
people-
I've ever had in my life. Period. No questions answered. Asked. No, Carly is an employee of the Blues. You put Carly on a funny video. That's pretty good, right?
It
Like
was
it was talented people like her.
It was like people in the office.
Oh boy.
And like they're being pushed in like a chair, and then like the I don't know what the ice girls are called there,
Ice Girls.
but they got like flags, and they're undoing their flags in like a line, and then at the very end, when the last flag disappears, what is it? What is the is it Louis? That's the mascot, that
No
terrifying
pants.
mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at the end playing a saxophone.
Oh boy.
And so it's what you would expect. As someone, several people pointed out, the responses to it were Rams rules-esque.
Perfect.
Wait,
Wait, do we?
and I question whether or not this is the video that forced Better Together St. Louis to pull their
fold.
petition for city-county merger yesterday, which was big news.
Tommy's showing me on his phone right now.
Yeah, it's something.
There's like legit camera work going on in this too.
No, I enjoy having fun, but you're gonna get.
Was it filmed by the St. Louis Blues?
It's,
yeah, I mean,
it's
'cause
pro. It's pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, if the Blues lose tonight, I'm sure you will hear about the curse of the Gloria video. If that's
Well, I
the way
thought
it goes
after
down.
the Stanley Cup arrived in St. Louis last week, I thought that was going to, up until that point when the Cup arrived in St. Louis, the Blues were up 2-1. And then about the time the Cup left, they were down 3-2. So I was thinking that maybe having the Cup in St. Louis and people around the area touching it was bad luck. But we'll see tonight, I suppose. I think the Blues basically, while they won their last two series where there have been Game 7s, and they went against Dallas a couple years ago.
That sounds right. I don't know. I don't
Jeff
have
Jones
any
on the
sources.
line.
Oh, okay.
Let's get him.
Yeah.
I am curious. Like Travis, you're gonna have to watch this video. From the little bit I just saw, it looks like someone with a creative budget watched The Office one too many times and thought they could recreate
Really?
Yeah.
some of those things. Kudos for trying to have some fun. A little cringy. Do we say that?
Yeah, but it depends on if that's the intent from them, though.
Maybe
Like
they're trying to make
if that's
it look.
the intent, then well done.
Why not do it on a cell phone then?
Yeah.
I don't know. Fun.
Mixed
think-
messages.
I appreciate and cringe at the same time. Is that
Are those
doable?
things ever done well, though? Think about it. Like, we've seen some of these videos from sports organizations, and those things generally don't turn out well, even when they do have professionals working on them. I just don't. I don't think those things end up. Well, they're made to be mocked, I think, at this point.
Well, and everything we've ever put out is pure gold, so we're available, Blues. I'll say that.
This is very true.
I emailed
I'm
you
looking
the
forward
video,
to actually
Travis.
showing some of the film students at NYU hot takes from the hot tub. I'm almost certain they'll have positive feedback for that.
Interesting. Tommy just emailed you the video if you want to take a look over the break.
Thank
there.
you, Tommy. I don't care for your email, so I'll immediately delete it.
Did you email the right email, Travis Stroh, 42069 at
I messaged him on
hotmail.com?
Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, that won't be read. So make sure you check that out. I will remind everyone that St. Louis Counseling Service is a wonderful partner of ours. Travis, we don't make fun of this, but I will say earnestly, you're going to need to talk to somebody at St. Louis Counseling before this is all said and done, because they can work you through a stressful situation. Very professional, very helpful in the St. Louis area, helping folks since 1955. Businesses, individuals, they're here to help. And you know what? Check out Tom Duff's Mental Health Matters. They have a ton of great guests. I believe their next guest is a local comic and a friend of ours, Kendra Jones, going to be on the show. So we'll look forward to seeing that with Tom Duff, and shout out to Debbie as well over at Mental Health Matters and St. Louis Counseling. Trav, you need a break? Do you need to go kick the rats out of your bed? Like, what's going on?
I mean, if you guys just make this break quick, like in a New York minute.
Ah, son of a mother.
He didn't get that from his New York trip. He got that from his last 3 girlfriends. Hey, let's take a quick break. Chris Denman, intern Tommy sitting in Travis's chair. Travis is in New York in Queens. Forget about it. And Chris Gardner's here. We're going to get a quick break in. We'll be back for the second half of the show. Stick around. We got Fair or Foul and Sentence of the Week.